Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to review a match between Mikhail Tal and Bobby Fischer, played in 1959 at the Candidates Tournament. In this match, you are going to witness how psychology plays a role in chess games. I assure you, you will not regret watching this video. Uh, Watch until the end to see how Tal hypnotizes Bobby. Let's dive in. Bobby has the white pieces and starts with e4. Tal responds with the Sicilian defense, c5. Bobby develops his knight to f3, then d6. Bobby goes with d4. Tal takes with c. Bobby recaptures with his knight. Tal develops his knight to f6, knight to c3, then a 6. Here Bobby plays his favorite move, bishop to c4. After e6, the bishop goes back to b3. Tal pushes his pawn to b5. Here Bobby has the option to play safe with a 3, but he plays the confident move f4. Tal pushes his pawn deeper to b4, attacking the knight. Bobby plays knight to a 4. Now Tal takes a free pawn on a 4 with his knight. Bobby castles and Tal plays g6. So after 10 moves, the position was quite equal, but Tal was up a point. Now Bobby plays f5. Tal responds with g, takes on f5. Bobby recaptures with the knight. Tal didn't capture the knight because of the follow-up. He plays rook to g8. Bobby plays bishop to d5. Tal moves rook to a 7. Bobby takes the knight on a 4 with his bishop. Tal captures the knight on f5. Bobby recaptures. Tal plays rook to a 7. Bobby takes the bishop on c8. The queen recaptures. Now bishop to f4. Tal plays queen to c6, attacking the knight. Bobby offers a queen trade, but Tal refuses and captures the knight on a 4. Bobby takes on d6. Tal moves his queen back to c6. Bobby takes the knight on b8. Tal gives check on b6, attacking the bishop. King to h1. Tal captures the bishop on b8, so here comes the most critical part of the game. You can see here that the best move was rook to e1. Bobby writes it down. Now comes the evil smile from Mikhail Tal, suggesting it as a mistake and causing Bobby to fumble and play queen to c6 check. Tal defends with the rook to d7. Now Bobby plays rook to e1 check, defended by a bishop. At this point, the white attack is also over. Bobby then plays rook to f7, which was also not a good move. Tal takes it, and Bobby plays queen to e6 check. The king moved back to f8. Bobby captures the rook on d7. Tal plays queen to d6. Bobby moves his queen to b7, rook to g6. Bobby plays c3, a5. Now Bobby gives a check on c8, and the king moves to g7. Queen to c4, bishop moves to d8. Then the pawn trade occurs. Bobby plays g3, which was not a good move. Now you can see Bobby has to trade his queen. Rook to e4, Tal takes the queen on c4, and rook recaptures on c4. And now Tal's up a piece and very confident that he can win from here. He plays rook to b6, defending his pawn. Both players push their kings to the center of the board with king to g2, f6, f3, e5, and e3. Now Tal gives check with bishop on g5. Bobby moves king to e2. Tal attacks the rook with king to d5. Bobby plays king to d3 to defend. The bishop goes to f6. Tal plays rook to c2, bishop to e5, rook to e2, and rook to f6. Bobby plays rook back to c2. Tal checks with rook to f3. King moves to e2. Rook goes back to f7. King also moves back to d3. Bishop to d4. Bobby plays a 3, then b3. Rook. Bobby tries to play c8. Bishop takes the pawn on b2. Rook to d8 check. King to c6. Rook to b8, attacking the pawn, but Tal plays rook to f3 check. King moves to c4. Rook to c3 check. King to b4. King to c7. Bobby defends the rook on b5. Now Tal plays bishop to a1. Bobby plays a4. The final move from Tal is b2. After this, Bobby Fischer resigns, which is very obvious because if he takes on c3, the new queen comes on the board with discover check. Or if he moves his king to a5, rook comes to c1 with no defense for the pawn. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel for more interesting games.